Communities across the Gulf Coast stopped to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice while serving our country. 2 people, including a child, are dead following a 4-vehicle crash on Moffett Road.
The winds are extremely high. We actually moved away from the shoreline because the wind started to pick up. The sand started blowing in our eyes, so we had to get out of there so that we didn't have any other contact with that sand. But as you can see, the waves are still high. Those red flags are up. The officials now admitting that they did not act hard enough when they first were made aware of the photos. And now students and alumni are reacting, saying that they're concerned for some of the students that walk the halls of the College of Business. Through this new grant, businesses like Dexter's Fitness Center will be able to knock out some of the challenges from the coronavirus pandemic. The McMillans make it a point to let patrons know that this donation box is optional because they don't want anyone to feel ashamed of not having any money to give. A lot of students, they weren't having that as a response. They said, hey, you're an adult, you should know better. We shouldn't be coming to you with solutions. So that's pretty much what the consensus was, is that there needs to be something done. And of course, it's great to get feedback from the students, but they basically said that this shouldn't have even been an issue to begin with, to the point where this was allowed to fester for 7 years and just now brought to light in 2021. Along I-65 northbound right near I-10, an 18-wheeler appears to have T-boned a van, and you can see several first responders there on the scene. Now the camera's moving, and now you see a new crash that is popping up here. And see additional crews are on the scene picking up the debris that spilled over from that overturned semi that's blocking all lanes on I-65. Here's a live look outside at the BLP Mobile Paints camera from Daphne Infirmary East. Lightning flashing as I'm talking, and you can see that cars are taking it slow across the Bayway. What is your plan to address affordable housing options and overall beautification in your district? And we'll start with you, Mr. Barnes. The roads were very slick, as we reported on this morning during the morning show. Thomas Giboy is here with the latest on that. And some growing pains on the 3-mile bridge. That was Cody Long reporting. Police will be on the bridge for the next few weeks. They want drivers to remember the speed limit is 35 miles per hour. The family of a man killed in Pensacola last week is demanding answers as police search for his killer. The mother of a missing teen is hoping her son is safe after he and his girlfriend disappeared last week. And last but not least, if the red lights of the school bus are flashing, you must stop on all undivided roads or highways. Safe travels. And this is a situation that the school knew about last year. The officials now admitting that they did not act hard enough when they first were made aware of the photos. And now students and alumni are reacting, saying that they're concerned for some of the students that walk the halls of the College of Business. Photos have resurfaced from an October 2014 Halloween on-campus party showing then Mitchell College of Business Dean Bob Wood dressed as a Confederate general and professors Alex Charlin and Teresa Weldy posing with a whip and a noose.
That makes me feel like since other cultures are starting to come here, they don't want us here, or we're unwanted, maybe because they wanted to stay a PWI or predominantly Caucasian institution.
We have black students on campus. How do you think they make them feel? Do you care about your students?
The photos were first posted in 2014. They're now deleted from the college's page. USA President Tony Waldrop condemning any and all racist images or symbols, also admitting that the administration was aware of the photos last year, and without going into detail, saying their response wasn't strong enough.
It's disappointing, however, it's not surprising.
Jason Barnes is an alumnus and former president of USA's NAACP chapter.
I think about black students particularly, and all minorities on the campus, but particularly black students, because that noose obviously has a direct correlation with black people as it pertains to violence against them, especially racialized violence and terror.
President Waldrop issued a lengthy statement which says in part, "We cannot, should not, and will not attempt to erase our past failings. Instead, we will acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them, and commit ourselves to creating a campus environment that is respectful to all individuals and groups at all times without exception." Bob Wood has since been demoted from dean to professor in the last few weeks. The school wouldn't say why, citing personnel reasons. In a statement, Wood says he rented the costume at the last minute and it was an ill-conceived decision. He goes on to say, I regret the decision, understand the hurtful nature of these symbols, which do not reflect my beliefs. Alex Charland also issued an apology, saying it was not my intent to hurt or be offensive, and if anyone is offended by this picture, I apologize. Teresa Weldy chose not to apologize.
Unless those professors do not take the necessary steps, like I said, to restorative justice, their apology means nothing, and it's a slap in the face to those students.
And the university is calling on the community here at the university, to come up with ideas over the next 30 days so that we can move forward as far as the university moving forward, that is. Now, you can read the full statements of what the president said as well as the two professors on our website at WKRG.com. I'm live at the University of South Alabama. Amanda DeVoe, WKRG News 5.
Driven with Amanda DeVoe.
We've shared the story of Lisa Thomas McMillan and her donations-only restaurant in Bruton before. Her passion for feeding the need is known nationwide. For this installment of Driven, we show you how Drexel and Honeybees is adjusting during COVID and how a famous face has helped along the way.
What kind of meat you gonna have? You want no dressing? You want cornbread or roll? Blueberry cobbler or banana pudding?
Lisa Thomas McMillan knows how it feels to go hungry.
It's the loneliest feeling in the world. But if I can keep anybody else from going through that feeling, then it's something I want to do. I'm committed to doing that.
That's why you'll find her behind the counter at her donations-only restaurant, Drexel and Honeybees.
Hi, may I help you, sir?
Masked up.
Okay, and what else?
And ready to serve all of the foods she grew up on.
It brings you joy deep down in your soul, because truly you don't know who needs help.
The Bruton restaurant has quite a following, giving free hot meals to every person that walks through the door, no questions asked.
It's the most amazing food.
Slade Smith is a regular.
I think it's a blessing to the community. It's a real gift from God to be able to come and enjoy some great food like this. It's a miracle in action.
I love greens.
Julian Shannon,
I love sweet potatoes. The meatloaf was amazing.
was able to stop by with her family before heading back home to Indianapolis.
The concept is amazing, and I wish there were more places like that did this kind of thing.
As Lisa and her husband Fred celebrate the restaurant's 3rd year of service this month, they reflect on the past year and how they had to adjust. First, COVID restrictions shut the restaurant down, switching them to takeout orders only. Shortly after that, Hurricane Sally blew in.
Hurricane Sally flooded us out. It took us about a month to get back, get all the water out and everything. We lost a few freezers and everything.
As the couple worked to get things back up and running, a familiar face stepped in.
When most couples retire, right, they spend their time traveling, play a little golf, some of them just do nothing.
Comedian Steve Harvey, moved by their story, invited them on his show and surprised them with a brand new refrigerator.
I just love it when people get rewarded, and Miss Lisa and Freddie, y'all just good people down there.
Then Iron Chef Kat Cora sweetened the deal with a generous gift of her own.
My partners at Home Bistro and I want to donate to you $10,000 to support your vision and provide because you're gonna make me cry. Lisa, I'm gonna cry. This is so heartwarming.
Fred McMillan says Lisa's passion to feed the need was so strong they used half of their retirement to make Drexel and Honeybees a reality.
She's had this passion for years, way before I met her. And I feel that that's what a spouse is for, is to help his spouse as much as they can.
The McMillans make it a point to let patrons know that this donation box is optional because they don't want anyone to feel ashamed of not having any money to give. As life slowly gets back to normal, Lisa says she'll be here with a hot plate and a smile.
I could have a steak on my table today and nothing on my table tomorrow. You don't ever know.
And those are some wonderful people out of Bruton. Drexel and Honeybees is open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. until food runs out. Of course, they're always taking donations, so if you feel moved to do so, head over to our website at WKRG.com.